Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of the Road to $100,000 series. So this is episode number 4, and I do believe this is gonna be the most interesting episode so far because I did have a lot of big winning trades back in July. So the trades were on the Aussie US dollar, Aussie Japanese yen, and the Euro Japanese yen. You might have seen the strength of the Japanese yen go up, and basically if you sold the Euro Japanese yen and you sold the Aussie Japanese yen, you made a lot of profits, which is exactly what I did. And I did pass some challenges on FTMO, on Alpha Capital as well. Also, my Darwinex track record is now looking very, very nice. If you guys want to check out the previous episodes from this series, well, go to my YouTube channel, go to playlists, and I'm gonna put all of the episodes into one playlist. You will see my journey going from zero to now passing these funded accounts. So without further ado, let's get onto the PC and let me show you my trading performance for the last couple of months. So we will start off with the FTMO account. This is the 50k phase 1 FTMO that I had running from the basically 8th of March 2024. So it has been running for a couple of months now. And here is the equity curve. As you can see, I almost hit the profit target. I was very, very close. I even think my open equity reached the 5k profit, but again, when you count the spreads and the commissions, it wasn't enough to close it. Then we went into a bit of a drawdown period, and this lasted for, as you can see, from the 3rd of May all the way to the 19th of July. So it lasted for a while, but that is trading. That is the reality. You're not gonna have a 10% profit every single month. You're gonna have more quieter months, you're gonna have negative months, there's gonna be some drawdown periods, but this is what realistic trading looks like. It's gonna take a while, but if you follow your trade plan, if you let your edge play out, if you let the probabilities play out, then you will eventually make some nice profits, as you can see here. So on the 23rd of July, I did hit the profit target. I had some very big trades in July, some very big winners. If you want to check that out, I made a live stream, I think 2 weeks ago, going through all the trades. I had a big winner on Aussie US dollar, on Aussie Japanese yen. I think on the Euro and the Japanese yen as well, there was a nice winning trade. And it took me 45 trades to actually pass, right? 45 trades, and that's quite a lot. So the time frame is pretty big and the number of trades is quite a lot as well, but I'm happy that I did eventually pass it. Here you can see all of the information. So it is the 50k account, basically swing. I want to be able to trade through news and I want to be able to hold trades over the weekend. So that is why I chose the swing account. Again, the leverage is a bit limited. It is only 1 to 30, so I can have 3 positions running at the same time with 1% risk. I cannot open a 4th position with 1% risk, but that's okay. I'm not really bothered about that. Here we have the trading objectives. So minimum trading days, max daily loss, max loss, profit targets. So all of them are green, all of them are passed. And here we have some very interesting statistics as well. We have the basically average profit, average loss, average risk to reward, number of trades, profit factor, win rate. So you can see my average winner is 2 times bigger than my average loss. Yeah, even more than 2 times. And my win rate is around 40%. So you do not need to have a high win rate. My win rate even goes lower to, let's say, 30% when you look at a large sample size. But my winners are far bigger than my losses. And that is key in trading. And you can see it in these statistics. So because this account lasted for a couple of months, these statistics are pretty nice and pretty accurate as well of what I see in my FX book account. So I can see on my FX book that my winners are far bigger than my losses, and my win rate is, I think, 30% on my FX book. So this kind of falls into those statistics. You have the daily summary here, and then you have the trading journal as well. So you can see I took a nice winner on the Euro and the Japanese yen, nice winner on the Aussie and the US dollar. And with these 2 trades, I was able to reach the profit target. We have the opening time hours. So yeah, we can take a look at this, but it's not really relevant for my trading strategy. So I took mostly buys. The volume, you can see it here. And I made the most profit on the Aussie and the Japanese yen. But again, the statistics are not Actually, the sample size is not big enough to take any conclusions from these statistics. So I would need a bigger sample size of, let's say, 1 to maybe 3 years of trading. This is too little to take any advantage of these stats. So now let's move on to the verification for this account. Here is the verification, and this is a bit of a different story. You can see I started on the 24th of July. As I said, July was a very big month for me. I had some really big winners, and I was able to pass phase 1 and pass phase 2 very quickly. It took only one trade, I think. Let me see in the journal. Yeah, basically on AJ. Yeah, it was an AJ sell flag, and I had some very nice profits, and then I just needed to finish the minimum trading days. Okay, so you never know what's gonna happen. It took me a long time for phase 1, took me a couple of months, but then for the verification it took me only one trade. So basically I opened the verification, took a trade, passed it. It all happened in just one day, and then it just had the minimum trading days. You never know what's gonna happen. You're just executing your trade plan. You're waiting for those favorable market conditions, for those nice trending markets, and then you just pass these challenges. So nothing much to see here. Again, all of these are passed. We have the equity average profit. Again, these statistics are not going to be accurate because it was just one big winner, and then I just did minimum lots to pass the actual minimum trading days. So all of these statistics are pretty much irrelevant. So yeah, now I am funded with a 50K FTMO account. I have received my credentials. I have logged into the account. I have attached it to my Traders Connect trade copier. I haven't taken any trades yet, so still no trades, but I'm just gonna keep following the plan, keep executing, and I'm gonna try to get a nice payout. And the third account I want to show you is a 100K US dollar account on FTMO phase 1. It is in euros, unfortunately, because I clicked euros instead of dollars. It was my mistake. Doesn't really matter. Here is the account. So I started it on 24th of May, something along those lines, and it took me 2 months to pass, 2 or 3 months to pass. As you can see here, the same trades that passed me the phase 1 50K passed me the phase 100K account as well. So here we have the summary: minimum trading days 17, max day loss passed, max loss passed, profit target passed as well. And as you can see, I always leave a little bit of a breathing room because of, again, spreads and commissions. So it's not 8,000 euros rounded, it is actually 8,061, right? I want to leave a little bit of a breathing room because I have had examples where I actually closed some positions and it crossed the basically profit target. The open equity crossed the profit target, but because of the spreads, because of the commissions, I was actually under the profit target. So from that point on, I started leaving in a bit of a buffer, let's say $50, maybe even $100, depending on the account size, just for the spreads and the commissions if they are big, so that I still cross the actual profit target. And that is what I highly recommend you do as well. So put in a bit of a buffer, especially if you're using a equity protector. If you're using Traders Connect, in the equity protector parameters, put in a bit of a buffer, so make the profit target a bit larger, and you're gonna be safe. Here you have all of the stats again, so it's gonna be pretty much the same as the 50K phase 1, but I started this account a bit later than the 50K phase 1, so it's gonna be, as you can see, less trades, but again, these statistics are gonna be pretty much the same. And the big winners were on the Aussie US dollar, almost 6K, and the Aussie and the Japanese yen, 1.9K. And that would be it for FTMO. So now I have a 50K funded account running. I have a 100K phase 2, or sorry, 80K in euros phase 2 connected to a trade copier. We will see what will happen with that account, but I still have not taken any trades on those two new accounts. So now we are on the Alpha Capital account. I did hide my webcam because you're not gonna see some of the numbers. So this is the 50K phase 2 that I had running, right? Because the phase 1 I already passed back in April, I believe. If you want to know more about that, you can watch the previous episode of this series. But basically this is the phase 2 of the 50K. So we have finished the equity at 52.552. Here is the equity chart. So again, it took me some time from the 5th of April up until the 25th of July. So again, a couple of months to pass. I had a bit of a drawdown, but in the end, fortunately, I was able to pass. You have the equity, you have the balance, you have the number of trades, so 31 trades. The win rate is 41.94%, which I'm very happy with. And if you take a look at the average profit versus the average loss, you can see the average profit is far bigger than the average loss, which is exactly what you want to see. Here we have all of the criteria. So minimum days, success, profit target passed, max loss passed. And below that, we have the trading calendar, but I don't know why it's not working. Alpha Capital has a bit of a slow website. I have to say, I have had some problems with their website. FTMO has a much better website, but let's get on to the next Alpha Capital account. And also I am now funded with Alpha Capital. Again, I passed the phase 2. So I have the funded 50K FTMO, I have the funded 50K Alpha Capital. They are on the trade copier. If you're wondering what am I risking, well, I'm risking 1% on phase 1, 1% on phase 2, and then for the funded stage, I'm doing 0.5% risk for every single trade. You can put all of this criteria into the trade copier. So I have it set up that for challenges, it is risking 1%, and for the funded accounts, it is actually risking 0.5%. So it's very easy to set up. If you want to know more about the trade copier that I'm using, make sure you click the link in the description. Go to tradersconnect.com. I also made a video of how I personally set up the trade copier. So go to my YouTube channel. I will even put the link to the video in the description of this video. So yeah, this is the 100K phase 1, as you can see. So we have the equity chart here. Was a bit of break-even trading, maybe even a bit of a drawdown, but then unfortunately in July I did hit the profit target, as you can see here. So number of trades 22, win rate 45%. Again, it's going to be very similar statistics because the previous account was running at the same time as this one, but as you can see, the average profit is far bigger than the average loss, which is exactly what you want to see. And here you have the criteria: minimum days, success, profit target. Here it's 8K. FTMO phase 1 is 10K, so 10%. Here it is 8%, so it's a bit easier to pass. And the max loss, success, max daily loss, success as well. You have the trading journal right here. I'm not sure why it's not working. Again, I do not like the Alpha Capital website, and I would definitely recommend you go with FTMO first. FTMO is the best prop firm in the game. They are the OGs. So definitely get max funding from FTMO first, and then you can move on to these other prop firms. And for these two new accounts on Alpha Capital, I have not taken a trade yet. So I haven't had a trade that actually fit my plan. So I'm just gonna keep following the charts, keep following the markets, waiting for those high probability setups. And then of course you will see the next episode of this series. I will update you on what is happening. That being said, let's move on to Darwinex. So we are now on the Darwinex Zero platform. As you can see, I have had some very good success with the Darwinex account. So my current return is plus 27.26%. It is all from the trades from July. My max drawdown is minus 5.34%. And my return from last 6 months is again 27.26%. I'm still in the calibration phase, so that might be an issue for some people, but for me, I don't mind it at all. Again, I want to build a good long track record. I'm here for the long haul. I'm not here to just make a quick payout and then just blow this account. I really want to build a good, consistent track record. Again, the trading days are done. They are at 100%, but the risk calibration is still at 78%. And I mean, that's normal. I just need to take a couple more trades and then I'm going to pass the risk calibration, and then I can maybe get into Darwinia Silver or maybe even to Darwinia Gold when I get the 8-month track record. Now, some traders will see these statistics, which are pretty good in my opinion, and they will also see that the risk calibration is still not done. It is still at 78%. And what they will do is they will rush the process. So they will start taking shitty setups. They will start over trading just to get the risk calibration done and get the potential funds as fast as possible and get a payout as fast as possible as well. But that is a completely wrong approach, okay? So you should treat Darwinex Zero as a long haul. You're here for the long term. You're trying to build a good, consistent track record without shitty trades. You're trying to prove to Darwinex and to outside investors that you actually can trade, that you have a proven trading edge, and that you can make money over a long sample size. So you're not just here for a couple of months to get the capital and to get the performance fee, but you're actually here to consistently trade for the next couple of years, maybe even the next couple of decades, and make money for your investors and for yourself in the process. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna keep following the plan until this is done. It may take 6 months. Again, I think I'm on the 4th or 5th month of Darwinex, so it may take 1 more month or it may take 3 more months. No one really knows, but I don't care. I just wanna have a good, consistent track record. Again, you're not going to see a lot of statistics here because this is still just a calibration account. Here is my ticker on the top, but it's still private because it is in calibration. We have the equity chart here. So yeah, I started on the 3rd of April 2024, got some nice trades, and then a bit of a slow period, a bit of a drawdown period, kind of break-even trading, but hey, that's normal. It's gonna happen. And then in July, a big explosion in the equity curve and some very big profits. Here you have also some other statistics as well, but I'm not gonna go through that. And that would be about it. So I had a really good month. I'm really happy with my results. One thing you should definitely watch out after a big month is overconfidence. So I used to get very overconfident and then I would just start taking very shitty setups. I remember January 2023, I had some huge winning trades. And after that, I got into a big drawdown because I just started taking a lot of crappy setups. I just thought that I cannot lose, that I'm this genius trader and I just need to keep taking a lot of trades and they will all magically become big winners. So after a big month, you definitely need to watch out for overconfidence. I recommend having a trading journal. So writing in the journal how you're feeling, what is in your mind, how you're feeling after a big winning period. So I highly recommend having a trading journal and writing a pre-trade analysis before taking every single trade. In the trading journal, you just write down the state of your mind, how you're feeling. Are you feeling fine? Maybe overconfident? Maybe you're feeling down because you are in drawdown, you took a lot of shitty trades. That is gonna help for you to see exactly what your state of mind is. And then also have a journal before taking every single trade. So before taking a setup, give it a grade 1 to 10. Usually 9 out of 10 and 10 out of 10 are good trades for me personally. Anything below a 9 out of 10 is usually a shitty setup. And also write down, I'm feeling confident, or I really like this trade, or I'm not sure about this trade, it doesn't really fit the plan. So just write down everything that is in your mind, and then if it fits your plan, execute the setup. Of course, after the trade hits the stop loss or the take profit, do a post analysis of the trade, go through the trading journal, go through the pre-trade journal, and you're gonna start to notice patterns in your behavior. Once you start noticing the patterns, you can start working on them, you can start correcting your psychological mistakes. And that would be about it for this segment of the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like this Road to $100,000 series. If you want to learn how to trade, if you want to learn how to pass these challenges, actually get funded with prop firms, build a nice track record for Darwinex, well then go to zentumtrading.com. There you will have free mentors at your disposal. You have Griff, you have Nico, you have me as well. All of us have had a lot of experiences with trading prop firms. Nico and Griff have had a huge number of payouts, so definitely check out zentumtrading.com. If you want to sign up for a prop firm, I always recommend FTMO because they are the biggest, they have a lot of capital, they are one of the oldest prop firms as well. So currently I only recommend FTMO and the 5%ers. Rest of the prop firms I do not really trust. So I think your best bet is to go to FTMO first, get max allocation, then go to 5%ers, and of course in the background do Darwinex Zero as well. But only once you get max allocation with FTMO and you do the 5%ers, then you can go ahead and look at these other prop firms. But the industry is very tough. You never know when a prop firm is gonna go down, and most of these other prop firms seem really sketchy to me. So be really careful. Stick with the top dogs, stick with the oldest firms in the game. That's gonna be FTMO and it's gonna be the 5%ers. That's it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.